This weekend, Andy's making the walls wet, Ryan is swiping cards, and we play as one lonely time-traveling dolphin. I'm Ryan.
I'm Andy.
And this is Weekend Rental, episode 232. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Andy, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah?
Yeah. Getting a lot of stuff done lately, so that's been good. And like
around the house,
yeah,
work, all of it.
Yeah. Doing projects around the house, trimming branches, cutting trails, a lot of fun stuff
Cutting
like
trails.
that. Yeah.
Wow.
Blazing trails in the woods.
Gonna start charging like a gate fee, like put $1 in, you can go on my trail, or is this just for personal use?
Yeah. It's we're hosting family camping in the coming weeks here, so a lot of like get ready type of thing.
Sure. This is at the lake, I assume, that you're prepping that?
No,
trails?
we're doing one at the lake at the end of July, and then one here in the middle of July. My place.
Oh wow. You have enough wooded acreage at the compound to like do that?
Yeah, a couple acres that are woods there, so just kind of wind it through there. And I guess I can talk about the one big project that I wanted to do. We have a bathroom in the shed here that I wanted to get running, so it was kind of like a public bathroom for everybody to use.
Sure.
Had never hooked it up. The one time we turned water to it, we had like a leak immediately outside of a pipe, so we're like, oh, okay, we're not doing that. And that was a couple years ago.
This is like seasonal, so you have to like bleed the lines every winter,
Yep.
I suppose. Yeah.
Yep. So this year I'm like, let's just try and get it done. So I went and bought a bunch of shark bite things,
Sure.
one PEX tube. So there's made a bunch of little chunks of PEX in all of this nice copper pipe everywhere.
Yep.
It would make a plumber probably want to murder me if he saw it, but
but it works.
Got it up and around. It goes to the very top, goes over, and then there was a big chunk where a water softener used to be, so I had to kind of reroute that.
Sure.
And then had it all done from there. We turned it on, sitting there, like, I think it's working. There's no leaks or anywhere. Go down to the bathroom, and there's water pooling everywhere down there.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So we turn the water off, try and figure out what it's going through. There was no toilet equipment in, but the toilet thing was off, so it wasn't that. So basically, we finally found a bit of drywall that was wet on the other side of the wall.
Okay.
Just punch through the wall, see what's there. It's just a wide open pipe in the middle of the wall that it's just cut off.
And they drywalled over it?
Yeah, they just drywalled over it.
Was it like positioned like an old shower head or something, or what was the deal? Just random?
There is a shower in there. I don't know what it was for. Like on the other side of the wall, I think they had some washing machine and laundry stuff, but
okay.
I don't think that's what it was for either. So I don't know what this like little T thing that they just cut off and left open.
So I assume you just capped it and then all good, or what?
Well, yeah, I capped it, turned the water back on, everything was good. Turned the sink on, it starts pooling under the thing again. I'm like, what is going on? At least that one was not as bad. Come to find out that it was going back into the hot water supply, and that also had just an empty pipe in the wall.
Naturally, right?
So
you're going to even it out. If you're going to have one open cold, you could have one open hot, right?
Yeah. So we just closed the hot water one, and we're like, we have cold only, and that's enough for right now.
Yeah, cold shower in the middle of summer feels pretty good.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
That's kind of exciting. Yeah. Well, I mean, I always say like that's the one thing I absolutely hate touching at my residence is plumbing because it's just like it's too easy to cause a lot of damage if you don't know exactly what you're doing. And like I'm always super paranoid and like quadruple checking everything for days. And
yeah, and then you come across a nightmare scenario like that where they just have an open pipe in the wall.
At least it was like your shed where it's like low risk, right? Like it's pouring out on like a concrete floor instead of your second floor of your house where it's pooling into your basement ceiling.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How'd the shark bite stuff work? Really easy?
Yeah, I even bought off-brand ones this time because I knew I was going to have to get a number of them. So
sure,
it seems like
for
they
a shed.
Yeah,
I mean you're gonna blow it out every year, but it's probably gonna crack at some point. You're gonna have to replace stuff, so it makes sense.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. I did a little bit of work around the house. Nothing super exciting. We're gonna build a proper shed next weekend. Or this weekend coming up. So I had to take apart like these Craftsman like rubber, out of a box kit sheds, which it's pretty easy, but it's like, man, you realize like how much people pay for those things and like how flimsy they are at the end of the day. And there's just
did any of
not
it
that
break?
much storage. Yeah. So like the corners on it come in like one molded piece, but there's like a crease that you like fold to make like the 90-degree angle on the walls. So that over time, because the doors hang off of them, that they'd cracked down, which is annoying. I think I could just put some angle brackets in there to like make it rigid again. But other than that, which I would say is normal wear and tear, they held up pretty good and they didn't break when I took them apart. So I was gonna haul them off to, because I don't want to deal with Facebook Marketplace, so I was gonna haul them off to the dump. But then I asked my brother-in-law if he wanted them. He's like, sure, which maybe he'll take them and sell them. I don't care, but he's got a lake place and doesn't have a shed at his current house, so it's like, if you can get him out of here, great. So yeah, I also had some other fun excitement earlier in the week, or last week, where it turned out I had a dentist appointment, my like 6-month checkup or whatever that week. I get back to the office on Monday after having lunch at home, and I could feel something like stuck between my two lower front teeth. So I'm like trying to fish it out with my tongue because I don't have a toothpick or anything at the office. And I finally get it out, and then I realize like what I got out was a chunk of my tooth. And I was like, God damn it! Like, no, really? So I go into the dentist, and he's like, "Well, we're just going to grind it down because if I put a filler there, a cavity, like cap it and put a filling in there, it's just going to fall off anyway." I was like, "Okay, whatever. I guess." Just slowly becoming a toothless human, I guess. One chip at a time.
Yeah. Well, was it Japan that they're starting to like grow them or something in the human trial?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I'll just get some of those like big like buck teeth veneers. One of these, I won't color match at all, so there'll be like 4 bright white teeth in the middle of like my increasingly yellowing teeth from my coffee drinking.
Yep.
It'll look great. And then last weekend I went to check out. I met up with Danton, friend of the podcast, and we went to Paradox is that nerdy garage sale or nerdy rummage sale every year. I think they've done it for like 5 years now. And it's not so much a garage sale as it is just like a free market or a flea market for like comics, board games, geek stuff, a lot of 3D printing stuff. And our buddy Josh was there. He was selling some 3D printed stuff. Pretty neat, but it was like really cold on Saturday here. I don't know what it was like there, but it was like super windy and like 60 degrees.
Yep.
So, I show up in a t-shirt and I'm just like freezing my ass off. But I did pick up like a Deku tree planter thing from Josh, and then Paradox Comic Shop was handing out like 20% off virtually everything in the store when you walked in. So I got Catan at a nice little discount finally.
Wow.
So play that one of these days.
Yep.
So didn't see much video game actual stuff. I got there late. It was like 2:00, so maybe earlier in the morning there was something, but still kind of neat.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were trying to do, right?
Yeah.
I guess they have more all around stuff, I guess, but that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool that somebody's doing it. The new Paradox shop is pretty awesome. I hadn't been in there since they moved, and
Yeah, I haven't been there yet either.
yeah, I think it's a lot better space, like better visibility because they're right on Main, and then the way it lays out, they don't have to separate their game room and their shops.
Yep. Huh.
So that was kind of fun. I haven't been up to much other than that though. Not really gaming or anything. Just been busy with summer. Now the kids are out of school, so
Mm,
that's been a thing.
yep.
Chasing them around.
Yeah. Trying to work from home with them around, and it's been
Yeah.
been interesting. But
Yeah. I've mostly been opting to go to the office for that reason. I just need
yep.
quiet time. At least I have an office door I can shut there. Yeah.
It's not good to get like two different groups of people that aren't used to what the other what aren't used to any of the habits that are happening
Mm-hmm.
together.
Yeah. Well, there's been a pretty good plethora of like video game news
Yeah, we kind of
since we
I don't think we've
recorded.
had one since like kind of the fake E3 now, right?
Yeah, Game Fest, the Xbox thing, Nintendo Direct. We might as well start with Game Fest. I think you probably caught more of it than I did. I caught bits and pieces, but
Yeah. I don't there was some neat things in there. Um Kind of the big one out of that was like Tupac being in a video game.
no, I totally missed that.
Yeah.
Are they doing a
Um
new Def Jam or what's happening?
no, it's like the Yakuza, like whatever thing that they're
Why?
doing for that
Why would
now.
he be in Yakuza?
Well, Snoop Dogg's in it too, so he's got his
Why would
death
he
row
be in
connections, right?
Yakuza?
Right. But
Is it
that's
still based in Japan?
I think so. It's like early
Okay.
Japan or something too. I don't. It kind of goes through things, but
I
it's
mean, Snoop and Tupac were over there all the time, I'm sure.
yeah. It, it's kind of creepy though, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, the guy's been gone for 30 years now.
Yeah.
I mean, Snoop Dogg, I get. Like, he'll pour
He'll
himself
show up
into
for
anything.
anything.
Yeah. But like, how did you get the licensing and like rights to a Tupac look like at this point?
Right. I mean, I'm sure Tupac's estate is whoring it out too, but to the point where somebody has to play him or, like do voice acting
Right.
and all this stuff for it. It's like, this is weird.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess I haven't played a Yakuza game, but that doesn't seem to like track with what I would think of a Yakuza based
Mm-hmm.
story. So
Yeah. I mean, it's their next, it's not a Yakuza game, but it seems like it is. It's called Stranger Than Heaven or something like that, but it seems like that type of game. I don't know. Um, yeah, outside of that, I mean, there was nothing that was like huge, right?
no, I think we both agreed that the hands that the last Ronin have fallen into are probably the best ones for that storyline. Like
Yeah.
seeing Platinum Games and like everybody else involved. Because like I was so like I love the last Ronin like as a graphic novel and like a conclusion to our childhood, you know, happy series. But like I was like, I feel like that's gonna turn out into a bad game. I was fully envisioning somebody trying to do like a third person action game, like narrative driven, but like I think it's going to turn into like a Bayonetta with turtles, which I'm down for.
Yeah.
Or turtle. I mean, there are
Yeah.
no plural in the last Ronin, I guess.
Yeah.
Spoilers for anyone. So
No, that'll
that should be
be,
cool.
yeah. I'm excited for that for sure. Um,
Yeah, I don't think I even heard anything about Summer Game Fest until I noticed it was like happening, which is weird because usually there's like so much promo or like news articles or like web articles, but then kind of makes sense because like you look at what the gaming landscape is now, and like when I go to like Google and just type like video game news, like it really doesn't return results. Like
yeah.
even from like IGN and like what's left of like Game Informer, like it's so dissolved and like has become just like who you follow on YouTube or Twitter that it's weird.
Yeah, it is, and everybody has kind of their own opinion, and I wonder if it's because it's like when it's straight news like that, the search engines, which already are just feeding you AI stuff instead of most of
Mm-hmm.
this stuff. Um, but specifically when you're just doing like news items that are just factual stuff, like those get buried anyway because they don't even know if that's AI, right? Because
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. It's weird to like think that like just even like pre-pandemic, like those were the hubs. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They just kind of all collapsed after that.
yeah,
I mean, they were waning, but now it's just like a completely different landscape. But
yeah,
at least Keeley's still at it, I guess.
yeah. He's still doing it. I don't even remember what the last like his big
It
game
was
was.
Call of Duty.
Oh yeah,
A lot
yeah.
of people were not happy.
That's
They
what
were
it
like, "Read
was.
the room. Call of Duty isn't it, bro?"
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. Well, then
Oh,
we got
that
into
I
like, oh, go ahead.
the the Shadow of the Colossus guy is finally making another game. So I'm
Oh, so that'll
excited
be out
about
in
that.
20 years and then be
It's been
ported to
10 years at
consoles for the
least
next like
since, yeah. What was the last Guardian? That was PS3 game, and that was a
and
crazy
4.
delayed thing. Yeah,
Yeah, and 5 probably.
yeah.
I don't know if it got ported to 5, but
But
yeah,
this looks like a Rock'em Sock'em Robots type game or something. It's weird.
that's a
Of
weird
course, you can
take.
climb around on them too, because that's his deal. But
Right. Interesting. I hadn't caught that one. Um, I did catch some highlights from the like Xbox showcase that I think like kind of tied into the whole Summer Game Fest timeline, and it
yeah,
sounds like a lot of people are like, "What the fuck?" Like, it seems like you guys are trying to do pandering and like exclusives. We're bringing them back.
yeah,
Anniversary console that's going to cost you $1,000 probably. It's coming. And then like behind the scenes, all the news is like we're going to shit can a ton of people.
yeah. Including
All
some of
those
the
studios we
games.
bought.
Yeah. Like there was one that they were just talking about today that, it was one of the games that was announced that they're closing the studio. Like,
Yeah.
how does that even happen? How do you make a trailer even for a game that's,
And that was my fear when they like had all those acquisitions in that run was like if you're not going to turn them into like, core properties, then just make the decision to become a third party publisher. Like that's all under the banner. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because clearly they don't have the hardware sales to sustain it, and that's where these cuts are coming from. But it's like how many great publishers are we going to lose and developers? Like I'm hoping a lot of them can find their way into like buyout agreements instead of like full
mm-hmm,
shutdown. But I mean, I think I heard around 2,000 people are going to be gone
yeah,
and half a dozen studios.
yeah. Yeah, it's not good. And it's like the ones that were on the smaller end, they'll probably cut some of
Right.
Bethesda and stuff like that, but it's not like they're going to close down anything there.
Yeah, I wonder if Double Fine's going to survive. Like,
Yeah,
because they put out a game once every 10 years. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah. Well, they did that Keeper game last year, which I really liked.
well, yeah,
And
it was all
they
right.
they did that Kiln game, which it came out and I haven't heard anybody talk about that. So,
No, I remember hearing it came to Game Pass, and that's where my interest stopped and started, and
yeah.
I just haven't looked at it.
So I mean, they haven't made a game that really has been popular either. So I mean, Psychonauts 2 was pretty well received, I guess, but
But still
even that
underground.
is
Yeah.
is yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean they like had some good stuff, right? Like a new Gears game. It's like great. You
yeah.
should
That
have
looked
done
pretty
this.
good, but
There should have been 3 of those in the time that the last one came out to now. And like
yeah,
I'm excited for Halo, but like I also have tempered expectations because Halo was kind of perfect. I think the only way like this could be interesting is the 4-player campaign, but how do you balance a game that was completely built around a 2-player campaign and really largely it was a solo campaign?
yeah,
Like Halo's 2-player campaign was not well optimized, right? Like
hmm,
it was bungeed and I don't know. And then I saw the news about like how Microsoft is talking about spinning it off into its own subsidiary, which to me translates as this is a way for us to break it off from our stockholders and shareholders and close it down when we deem it's not feasible.
Right, which is really rough because I think they're only the one that I mean, besides the Game Pass, and who knows how good that's actually doing. I think their one advantage is that they are tied to Microsoft and they can get in on the computing side, you know?
Right.
So if they Xbox all of a sudden has to pay Microsoft for that stuff, or
Can
doesn't
we at
have that
least
advantage.
acknowledge that thanks to Steam doubling the price on their Steam Deck, that now the Xbox Rogue LIX is the most affordable portable gaming computer on the market by like $300. So they got that going for them.
Yeah. It's out of control.
Dude, the cost of being a gamer anymore.
Yeah.
This next gen's going to be rough.
Yeah. Even if you want to go back to the old stuff, or even like previous gen, it's crazy how much that stuff is cost still.
Yeah, I mean, a PS4 will still set you back 200, right? Like refurbished. I mean, you can find them on Facebook for like 120, which I would argue that you're still going to get your money's worth out of it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that Xbox showcase is like kind of sad because I think it's like what Phil Spencer probably wanted to do, except he was told he couldn't, and he's just like bowed out, and now you get like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess that guy did push the everything's an Xbox a lot, but who knows how much that was like his doing. And
yeah, they've totally reversed course on that. That's for sure.
I fully expect that if the next gen holds like a current 25% market share for Microsoft, there's no point in keeping the Xbox brand alive. There just is simply not.
Yeah.
I mean, I walked through Target again on Sunday. It's like PlayStation has 12 games, Xbox has game like cards to like purchase points to buy games in the market. There's not even, like Nintendo does the thing of like, this is the card that buys this game. But you see the Xbox setup and it's just like a couple consoles, some controllers, and like, here's bucks for Xbox. Like,
yeah.
What is your brand value and recognition at that point? Like, a kid's not walking through and is like, ooh, Xbox. You know what I mean? Like, so this next generation, I mean, they're running purely off of like legacy late 20s to upper 40s somethings. You know what I mean?
hint, Crazy Taxi.
Oh, God. Yeah. That whole thing. At least get the Offspring back, right?
Yeah. I don't know. That game's got to be doing something else than just Crazy Taxi. But
you would think, right? At this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Crazy Taxi for like 10 minutes at a time, just like anybody else, but it's not a week worth of fun. Like, you're not hitting it every night. Yeah. Yeah, it's sad to see what's happened to Xbox, but I mean, it's largely their own doing. Like, all their big misfalls were completely misreading the room, and it's not a shock as to why we're here.
Yeah. Well, half their showcase was Sega stuff, so maybe Sega will buy Xbox. That'll be quite the turn.
Would be interesting, right? Oh, they wouldn't let us play our Dreamcast games in their direct Xbox, so let's buy them out. It'd be full circle. Well,
yeah, well, Nintendo, like, that didn't really show much either.
They had a direct, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That might have been one of the lamest directs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Beat Mania. You can pay $80 for another version of Animal Crossing Horizons.
Yeah.
We saw more Star Fox.
I think
bit of Splatoon.
Pico Nico is probably
that's neat.
That's my favorite out of that. And that's just that's not a headline for most people.
No, it'll be like $10 on Steam instead of whatever it comes out on Switch. So, yeah.
And for a Zelda game that comes out this year, they didn't show anything really. So.
No, they didn't really give away graphics. They showed like a sleeping young Link. I've seen some things where people pointed out like the sword or the shield is the one from Breath of the Wild, which is fine. I guess it would have been nice to have a release date because 2026 probably means to me that this is going to be their holiday anchor since we've seen nothing else. I'm also really hoping to see gameplay because I want to be completely honest. I have zero interest in playing an N64 Zelda game with the same mechanics. Like it's just I'm not there for that. So my fever dream is that they're just reimagining Ocarina in a Breath of the Wild context, maybe without like the weapon degradation, but to where like that's what I'm getting. I don't think
Yeah.
that will be it at all, but
I didn't even think about that. That's like a damned if you do
yeah,
and if you don't type of, like, do you put Z targeting in there? I don't,
I don't
what do you
want
do?
it.
I know, but
I don't want
the other
the
half of people are going to be
yeah.
pissed that it's not in there.
Yeah, I don't want the ocarina. I don't want any of it. I just want an open world game that exists in Hyrule and is. I mean, but because the thing is like that's a 20-hour game. Like people aren't conditioned for a 20-hour Zelda anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but you can't bastardize the original quote unquote masterpiece either. So I think it will probably be more true to what the original was, but I don't think that. I say this knowing I will full well buy it regardless, but I don't think I want to play that again.
Yeah.
I've never completed it the first time because I stand by that every entry in every mainline franchise that came out on the 64 is the worst version. And I Ocarina of Time included, like it's a
I
great foundational starting point. They don't hold up.
there's definitely not a lot of people talk about how the dungeons kind of drag it toward the end of that game.
Yeah. You hear
But
a lot about the water temple,
yeah,
obviously, but
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, they should have given it was pretty well established and leaked, they should have either tabled it or been able to show more, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah.
Like just confirming the thing we already knew was not enough. And I think you mentioned it too when we text about it. Like the fact that it's the 40th anniversary of Mario and there was nothing. And we get instead we get some like weird DK like collectathon like multi-game bullshit that you need Switch Online memberships for anyway. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
that was that was weird and interesting. It was like almost like kind of retro. They were going after retro achievements or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, and like, wow, I get coins in Donkey Kong Bonanza now instead of bananas. Like, who
Yeah.
gives a shit? Like, limited time event. Why? That's dumb. Nobody cares. We've all
Yeah.
played through it at this point. So, yeah, it was a little sad. I was hoping for better.
Like they
I did
couldn't
just
have got some third party weird Mario game
right.
off the ground for a year. It's weird.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of sad. Like the state of the Switch, as far as Nintendo games this year, is kind of rough. I did end up pre-ordering Star Fox tonight, and then picked up Yoshi because Best Buy had a deal where like if you bought two games out of their like set, you got like a free like 40th anniversary like collector's steel card holder thing. So
Oh,
I
sure.
was like, well, I'm gonna buy those things anyway, so I might as well get like a free thing that I'll never use. So yeah, I don't know. It's been a year where like I'm not excited about a lot. Even after all these big announcements, I think I'll pick up Halo. I'm not expecting to be wowed by it, but throughout the rest of the year, I don't know what I'm looking forward to even.
Yeah. I mean, supposedly Grand Theft Auto is still coming out, right? But
Yay.
I don't even know what that is. What's that going to be?
Yeah. I
Is
mean,
that
I'll buy
even my
that.
speed of game anymore? Is that going to be a weird online thing that it's like, okay, this is a lifestyle thing and I don't want anything to do with it?
I think I haven't done it in a couple years. I think I will take a PTO day or
Yeah.
release of that game and just like try to do it, or at least get to the open world and like fuck around. We'll
Yeah.
see. But yeah, I mean, it's been what 16 years since we've had one, so close to. I mean, the sad thing with GTA is like that will undoubtedly break first week sales of any other video game in history based on the fact that it exists and nothing else.
Yeah. And if it
I mean,
doesn't, I mean, that's going to cause a video game crash, I think.
yeah, I have no doubt that it will at least, at the very least, be above average. I suspect it will be fantastic.
Yeah.
But Yeah,
Now,
I
where
keep
it's being
forgetting about.
played will be the interesting part.
Yeah, PC and PS5 is my guess.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll ever get a Switch 2 port?
Ooh. Did the first one? Or did
5, I don't
5?
know, ever made it to
Yeah.
Switch. We got the
Huh.
trilogy.
Yeah. Huh.
Probably can't run on Switch 2 is my guess.
Yeah.
The real question is, will the online functionality be there at launch? For the first time ever, because they fucked it
Yeah.
with 5 and Red Dead 2. Can they
I
do it right?
I think now that that's their moneymaker, that they're going to be like, well, we better get that part right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm scared of, that it's like the single player might just be a backseat. Like that's not even going to
Sure.
be barely a thing. Because
Yeah, I mean, like, that story in 5, like, Trevor and his little story arc is, like, some of the best video game writing out there. I
Yep.
mean, wild. It's going to be tough. Yeah. Yeah, I got to imagine that's coming up, right? And, like, some PlayStation and Xbox presentations here in the fall. Like,
I mean, they have to show more of it,
full
right? They can't
trailers.
just have
Yeah.
like a couple of trailers and then just be like, well, it's out. And nobody knows anything about how it works or plays, or
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. We've learned very little for a game that is
Been
less than
delayed
6
for
months away at
5
this
years.
point. Yeah, no shit. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be a big one for sure. Game changer. I'm debating now too. It's like, do I let my kid play it or not?
Yeah.
Is 13 old enough for a GTA? Like, probably not.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I mean,
don't
I
think
guess
I
I'll have to
would.
scope it out and see if there's a strip club. But
Yeah. I mean, that was the thing with 5, it was like 4 and 3. It was like, okay, whatever. And then
yeah,
5, it was like, oh, we crossed the line on this one.
yeah. Like, these are somewhat lifelike. This is not. They're not triangles anymore, and I can see the details in her face
Yeah.
or the shame on her face. Yeah. I was listening to somebody talking about. Oh, it was Electric Callboy. The band was getting interviewed by I forget what YouTuber, one of those metal YouTubers, and one guy was talking about, one of the lead singers was talking about how he likes to just like passively play games that would otherwise be aggressive. Like, he plays Sons of the Forest, but he turns the zombies off so he can just like craft in it in like this beautiful serene environment. But then he was saying, I think it was everybody saying like he just likes to go in like GTA and like pick up the hookers, but like just show them a good time, like drive them to nice spots and like not take advantage.
Mm.
It was like, that is weird. Like, dating video game hookers for fun.
Wow.
Pretty awesome.
Huh.
Oh, I like that one. Skate Jam. So I saw that too, which I'd heard about this before, where
Yeah,
they were
he
going to be
really
making a
kind of went
Space
in
Jam
depth on this.
sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk finally kind of went in depth about, having a Space Jam sequel that was Skate Jam. And boy, we missed out on that movie. That would have been so good.
Yeah. Yeah. I read a little bit about it and I heard the rumors before, but like, I get why they canned it. Like, at that point, like, animation was kind of like, the Tony Hawk franchise was maybe past like its peak, but
Yeah.
it
And it
probably
was
still would
the
have done
Looney
well.
Tunes, right? Like
Yeah.
they said the back in the action or something really failed, so then they were like, we're not doing Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
And that's still happening today.
Well, we're finally getting that Wile E. Coyote movie
Right.
after it sat in purgatory for 5 years. So
Yeah.
yeah, it would have been cool to see though, especially because like still in that time frame, skateboarding was way more popular than it is now.
Yeah, I mean, and the one thing I really enjoy about the, Space Jam obviously is classic, but it also had all the other basketball players in it, kind of having their side story, which is really good side B plot of that movie.
Yeah.
And that, thinking about how that would have been, like, you get all the Tony Hawk regulars
Mm-hmm.
in the same movie, that would have been good.
Bucky Elastic and
Yeah.
Bam could have made an appearance if he was sober. Well, at least Tony's fine. Like, he's well off enough from his video game
Yeah.
empire that he probably didn't have to worry. It probably wouldn't have paid enough for him to even justify doing it.
Yeah.
Pretty cool to think it could have happened.
Yep.
Um, in other media news, did you see the Roku buyout.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out how that makes sense.
Here's how I think it makes sense. So Fox is buying out Roku.
Doesn't Disney
I
own Fox? Or no?
they're
Or is this
all
like
I think it's all conglomerated.
yeah.
In my mind, this is the quickest way to completely engulf and front forward state run media. Because like you don't get a lot of control options on Roku. You can turn some things off, but they still force feed shit down your throat. It's
Yep.
just like, oh, if we want to just like continue to spew propaganda, and I'm sorry for anyone who watches Fox that doesn't understand what I'm talking about. I can't help you there, but like I couldn't think of a worse company to take ownership of Roku and what they've built. Because let's be honest, like Roku owns the smart TV market. I mean, there's Fire TVs and like these other ones, but they're kind of
I
everywhere.
yeah. I think they looking at when I was kind of trying to find my last TV here, they are starting to get I think they're losing a little bit of market share.
You think so?
Um yeah, I mean Amazon the Fire TV there got really big for quite a while. I think they were subsidizing or paying these guys a lot more than
Sure.
Roku maybe. Um and now Google I think is really pushing hard for that stuff too. So yeah, I think it's a little bit more crowded market than what it was. Because I definitely prefer Roku because that's
Yeah.
once you're in the ecosystem, it all is together, right? But
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'm just blinded to it because that's all I gravitate towards is Roku. Because yeah, TV goes out, you buy a new one, you scan the QR code, it's all done and set up and
mhm.
off to the races. But yeah, the amount that buyout was for was kind of staggering. Um, so I'm curious to see what happens with that because like I think Roku's done a pretty good job of like building what a smart TV should be as far as like convenience and use and like not being too abusive and predatory and like selling your data. But
Yeah, that might
Fox would be the
change.
last company I would trust with that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. There's that. My doom and gloom situation. Um, and I just had one last topic. Speaking of doom and gloom, Mario set a new record. I saw the highest graded copy of Super Mario Brothers sold for $3 million at auction.
Yeah. That's
Which makes I still don't understand that.
no, that's I mean that's still up there with I mean that's kind of like the NFT stuff, right? Where it's just like you're not buying it because of the rarity of it or
Yeah,
the collectability of it, I don't think. I mean, even if it is the highest ranked rated one or whatever, it's still a pretty
yeah,
common game, even probably sealed.
yeah. And I don't want to downplay the importance of that game, but what makes it important isn't being sealed in acrylic and not touched. I mean,
Right.
it's the working code inside, which is readily available at every turn. So
Yeah.
I just saw that price tag and was like, wow. Because what was the last one? Like 1.5 million or
Yeah.
1.8 or something?
Mm-hmm.
Like, still insane, but 3 million is yikes. And I didn't
That's
look into it deep or close enough to see if it was like the original, like pre nationwide, like hanger tag one, or if it was just like the standard, like off the shelf.
yeah. That part I don't know either.
Not that either variant justifies $3 million, but yeah, insane. People are crazy.
Yeah. For how the economy is, and like you look at like car loans and all this stuff are defaulting at record rates and stuff, and it's like you look at the flip side, and Pokemon cards are just going nuts, and
Mhm.
this, it's like, is it just people?
Affordability, Andy.
Yeah,
Affordability.
it's priorities gone wrong? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
I mean, the Pokemon stuff might just be a bubble thing. Everybody's buying up to the
I mean, it's
bubble
hung
pops,
on
right?
since the
But
pandemic, right? Like we're
yeah,
6 years in now, and it just keeps going. So
yeah,
should have invested all my money. No, into Pokemon. I don't know. I'm investing in 401k.
yeah,
Pokemon forever.
crazy.
Well, I think that gets us on the staff picks. Um, I'll go first this time just because I have it handy. But I was watching random YouTube videos and there was one that came up in the e-reader 10-minute video and I was like, oh, I'll click on that. E-reader's fun. Not many people talk about it. And the guy was going through like the cards and what they did and like how stupid it was and is. But then he mentioned like, hey, this group put out indie games on card for e-reader last year. I was like, what now? So I had to look into that and ordered it, which this isn't going to do anything for our audio listeners, but a company called Retro.Cards has put out this Series 1 pack that has like 5 indie games on various cards that you can scan. And there's a couple like bonus, like just scavenger hunt or like achievement cards. Have not opened it, just came in the mail today. It's like $16. And some of these are not that exciting. Like there's a version of Snake on here. There's a version of like Minesweeper, but there's also like a shoot 'em up. There's some weird thing where you interact with like a dog called like Franny, which seems deranged. um, so yeah, I'm excited to check these out at some point. I'll be honest, in the move, I have no idea where my e-reader is. I know I still own one. And when I find it, I will give these a shot. But until then, I just think it's really cool that in like 2025, people are taking homebrew to an e-reader card. That's
Yeah,
a
that's pretty cool.
pretty neat concept. And like, I think they are still trying to get a series 2 put together. So
I do you know what the limit of like size that you can put on
I
those where it
don't.
reads it?
I mean, nothing beyond like black box games or like single screen
Yeah,
stuff
can't be
came
big.
out. Yeah, it's got to be pretty limited.
It's probably under 1 kilobyte or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, because there was never like a Zelda or a Metroid on the card. So
No. And all
yeah,
the other ones were just like you used it as a basically like an amiibo unlockable thing
exactly.
or like
Yeah, I mean the coolest thing that I think came out for it was that Mario Party game that was like a combo board game slash like scan for mini game stuff, and even that was pretty limited in scope. So,
yeah.
but yeah, I thought it was really neat, and I couldn't believe I hadn't heard of it. So for $15, I figured it was worth a gamble.
Yeah.
I mean, $8 to ship, of course, but you know,
Right.
whatever. Which is funny because like they sent it in like a really well packaged box, but it's like you guys could have just put this in like a flat rate like envelope for a few bucks less.
Well, if they bend, it might not work in the e-reader.
Well, that's true. That's true. I'm sure there's already somebody online who has like them ready to print, so you can just like put them on your like high definition printer and get them through. So I think most of the old
Yeah.
cards have that image available out there.
I want to see
yeah,
like a Unity compiler that like gives you the e-reader grid or whatever to print on the side of a card.
that'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, yeah. The e-reader. I've always thought the e-reader was cool. As dumb as it is, I think it's one of the more cooler and functional failures that Nintendo has had. I ran with mine having Exciteback on it for a long, long time and enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
I think I have the
Well,
whole run of the base games. I haven't opened them all, but I have them.
yeah. I found I had some sealed of the Mario 4
Oh, really? Like
and those
the
things are
extra
like,
levels
whoa.
cards? Yeah.
Yeah, because I think some of those had like levels that were never in the
Yep.
base game, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are sweet. If you have the whole set, you basically like build yourself like another like 100 and some levels, I think. So
Huh. Wow.
maybe not that many. I'm probably exaggerating. Maybe like 30, but still a lot.
Yeah. Wow. Hmm.
How
And
about you for your
the
stuff?
Pokemon
Oh, go ahead.
cards too had those too, which was
Yeah.
kind of, I mean, they sucked, but that was kind of crazy
Yeah.
that they had that in a, they crossed over
Across.
into a video
Yeah.
game thing.
Yeah, I wish it was more of like an actual thing instead of just like a glorified like stat on screen thing, but
Yeah.
it was cool that they were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what about your staff pick?
I'm switching up on you because you mentioned something earlier that jogged my memory.
Ah.
We've been playing a little bit of that Yoshi game.
Oh, you have.
Yeah. And I don't know what to think about that game. It's really interesting how they designed it. Because it's a game where you go into a level and you are like trying to research some creature, right? Usually the creature has some weird special power that they do something weird. So the whole level kind of is based on mechanics of that thing. but you earn objectives, like mini objectives, collectible stars or whatever, for doing a whole bunch of random stuff in the level. And some of
Okay.
it's just like playing around and messing around, like things that you're just like, oh, I wonder if I do this. And sure enough, it's like, oh, you played this song on all these little piano things or something, or you licked a cloud in this, and so, and
So it's
that's
based around like repeat runs, kind of.
yeah. Eventually you do like a couple of the main things. If you get all of the flowers, like that's, they have the white flowers that you collect, get all those, that's an exit to a level. I think if you do one of the main objectives, it's an exit. I think there's one more. But yeah, in order to get to more levels in the book, you need those stars. So you definitely have to do some exploration and just kind of playing around. And it's interesting because it's not at all like that type of old school like platformer game like that in that way, because it's you just load in this level and you're just like, oh, what if I knock down all these branches, or
So
just
it's
kind
not
of be
just like run right and jump.
No, there's it's just kind of like being creative in what you're doing with the things that are around you, and in ways that are like just like based on your curiosity, which is kind of cool.
Still pretty tame in the difficulty, I assume.
Yeah. I mean, you can definitely do the Yoshi jump where you kind of can cruise around the whole sky, right?
Yep.
So that's not too bad. And but yeah, it makes me wonder if Nintendo is like really pushing for that, kind of like the Minecraft crowd, of where it's just like games are just kind of open-ended, kind of not real objective based, exploratory type things, and they've taken one of their core kind of things to it.
Interesting. Is Poochie in it?
I have not seen him yet. I'm guessing he's later on in the game. Can't not have Poochie.
Right.
One of the things is like you're researching these creatures, and then at the end, when you beat the level, then they're like, "Oh, what do you want to name this thing?" So they let you name the creature. Kids love that.
Nice. Yeah, I'm curious to check it out. That came out, and again, it's one of those games that nobody's talked about.
Yeah.
Really too much, and it seemed to be like very mixed on the reviews. So
yeah, I mean, I could see why, because it's not like anything Nintendo's really done, I don't think. Weird.
Interesting. Yeah, the visuals look great.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the one thing they've like consistently done well since like Epic Yarn is Yoshi games have like such a great distinct art style.
Yep. Is that just to hide how bad the games are?
Probably. Distract you, shock and awe. They should try that with Mario Kart.
Yep.
Well, I'm looking forward to checking that one out. I think my copy's supposed to arrive by the weekend, so
yeah,
maybe I'll give
it a try. I mean, it's not going to blow your socks off or anything, but it's an interesting design, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and again, with the Switch 2 drought, to have something new to do with the thing is cool.
It's not based on a Nintendo 64 game, so
that's exactly what I want to hear.
If you're having a good time with us at Weekend Rental, I think you might enjoy all the great geeky stuff found on the Geekade Podcast Network. They've got podcasts about games, music, movies, and more. Plus, if you order off their secret menu, also known as the Geekade Patreon, you just might find an exclusive movie podcast hosted by Ryan and myself. Check it out over at geekade.com. And hey, if you'd like to turn Weekend Rental into a true multimedia experience, our YouTube and Twitch channels might just be for you.
I guess that gets us to the Weekend Rental. So the weekend rental, Andy and I will pick a game for a given system. We'll play through it and give our opinions as to whether we would rather buy, rent, or burn that game. We are talking about a Sega Genesis classic, I guess. Echo the Dolphin. Um, Boy, Sega pushed Echo the Dolphin very hard, especially with their CD add-on.
Which to me was always surprising. I mean, it very much was like on the back of the box, and like this, they really
Yeah,
showed it a lot.
TV
But it did
commercials,
not jive for the
the
kind
hardcore
of
audience.
the marketing that they were trying to push at the time. You know.
Yeah. And I think you jump into this game and you kind of understand like why it was pictured and shown off. And that's because like on the 16-bit Genesis, this is graphically stunning.
Mm-hmm.
It's fluid. There's tons of fine details. It feels, for the most part, like a very alive world and ocean environment.
Early Genesis game too, which is kind of crazy when you
Yeah,
think about it.
yeah, pretty early on. And they got a sequel too on the Genesis, right?
Yeah.
And then I I have tried this game so many times over the years because I was a kid and I was all amped on like seeing it, because it was everywhere. And I was like, oh, that game's got to be great, right? Echo the Dolphin sounds sweet. And I can't. I you get into it and it's pretty beautiful, and it's captivating. The music's a little ambient, but it's gameplay. It's an open world ish adventure game in 2D set in the ocean. So like there's a lot of freedom there, but I just find it directionless and it just kills the momentum for me.
Yeah. It very much is obtuse by design, which is very popular nowadays when you think about it. But
Sure.
this is definitely one
Pre-internet
of those
though?
games. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's rough. I mean, even the very beginning, I think when I played this maybe for the first time, I don't think I even got past that because I didn't even know
You gotta
what to do
jump.
at that point, you know?
Yeah.
Like you jump and you think it's fun, but I don't know if I ever got the jump height that you needed for the thing to trigger in that first little pool area.
Yeah, you have to jump high enough in your first pond to trigger I guess, hurricane or tornado to come on screen and then the game starts. But nothing indicates that to you.
No, it just it from then on you're just trying to find where everybody went,
Hmm.
um going through all these different areas of water, and it is incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
And I think it's the controls mostly, um especially later in the game. It requires you so much to like constantly going fast because there is a air meter. I mean, he has a dolphin, he needs air, so
Hmm.
there is the whole Sonic underwater got to get some air type feel to this game.
Yeah, but in a game where even from their opening stage it puts like horrendous amounts of jellyfish in your way,
Mm-hmm.
it's like using that ability is almost certain death.
Yeah, and I think the biggest part about that is like, um, you don't realize how much drift that you have and what your hitbox is going to do when you flip a different way.
Right.
That's what really kills this, where you can be doing fine and then all of a sudden you just hit like one little patch and you're like, oh, in normal games you'd be like, oh, I'm just going to back off this, maybe take one hit. This
Yeah.
game, it's just like, oh, you messed up, you you went in a bit too far, and no matter what you do, you're going to get hit 5 times.
Yeah, it's almost like when you realize that like grounding yourself into a wall to control your character becomes a core function of the gameplay. Like that something's a little off, right?
Yep.
And I think like what makes this a game that most people pick up and put down right away is the fact that like it is so obtuse, and then like you have NPCs in the game, right, in the form of other dolphins and things, but it's like in a normal game they would give you like something that was like maybe helpful, but like half of them are just like, I have no idea where your pod is. It's like,
Yeah.
cool. Like a big storm moved in. Thanks. Like I'm still frustrated and I've been in the same spot for an hour, but that was neat. And then I don't like the crystals either. Like I think it's dumb that you have to like use the sonar to like communicate with the crystal things when like it feels like the more natural thing would have just been to have you like bump into them and touch them.
Yeah. Well, and it's incredibly stupid that one of them, you have to hit one of them to get the power and you have to shoot it at the other one to knock it off. Like, just have different things. Have an open door and a closed door. Have something that differentiates between them to give you some indication that this is what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do. Because that is very confusing at the beginning too, where it's just like, what are you supposed to do? There's crystals, but I
Yeah.
don't know what I'm supposed to do with these. And then if you get them out of order, it's just like more confusing because it just says you can't pass. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know.
in that first stage too, where like you have that like kind of exciting once you reach it because it's something different. Like you reach that orca, which is like strangely the size of your dolphin, which makes no sense. But like it's like you must navigate the blue underworld or whatever, and it like screams off screen. You're like, oh sweet, I'm supposed to follow him, and it's just like no, he leads you to a dead end that you've already encountered.
Yep.
So it's like what was the point?
Yep.
I don't know. I think it's like a technical masterpiece for what it is and like what it accomplishes, but like if you can't back that up with a game that is more fun than frustrating, I don't know. Like I don't know how well Echo sold, but I feel
Yeah.
like Sega shoved it down your throat.
I think it
And it's
got
just
decent amount of sales. Yeah.
yeah, it's just not the game for
I, I,
me.
and the thing is, like, you could picture a lot of people buying this for their family, right?
Yeah,
And then it's like, oh, well, we'll get Echo for our daughter. She loves
right.
dolphins. And then it's just
Never leaves
no.
opening pond. Yeah.
Oh, did you get to
Yeah.
any of the puzzles where you have to like push things around? Oh,
No, I basically stayed in that first stage for an hour, which is what's happened to me every time I've ever played this, and I just eventually walk away. Like I know I could have watched like a tutorial and like a let's play and a guide, but I'm like, if I can't suss this out on my own through the game's mechanics, like I don't care enough to do that. So
yeah. It's there's mechanics in here where you have to push blocks or shells off of ledges, and then you have to get on the other side of them and be quick enough to guide them to hit other rocks that break open so you can access new areas.
before they
It
hit the
is.
bottom,
Yeah, it is. It's terrible. And then there's other ones where you have to push the block up and move it over. There's so much stuff in this game that they did it on purpose. They could have done it a nicer way, but they did it on purpose. And I
I mean, I
was,
will.
I was going to give it a really good shot because I'm like, I never really got far in this game. I wanted to see it. And
Yeah,
I played, a couple levels, and then I looked up the how long to beat, and it's like 6-7 hours. And it's like, for a Sega game, that's
right.
crazy.
Yeah. Well, and everything I've ever said makes it just seem like those final levels are just unenjoyable, like altogether. I
Well, they're like, you go back in time and it's all aliens and stuff like that too, which is
which makes
crazy.
total sense for dolphins. Yeah, I will give it some credit and say like yes, it's got the error mechanic and it's kind of shitty with like how many things you inevitably run into, but at least it's smart enough to give you just like unlimited lives, right? Like you
Yep.
die, you're still in the level, like you've learned a little bit.
Password system, if you want to get
Yeah.
back to it. Yeah.
So
It's
that
very
aspect is
lenient.
nice. Right. But if like at the end of the day, if you're just not having fun outside of like the spectacle of it, which is kind of how I feel most people would interpret this, like what are we doing, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
some more linearity might not have hurt this game, you know?
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I totally agree. Any type of direction. Because, you can talk to things and they don't really give you any help. I think one of them tells you to go slowly by the 8 arms, which is one hint that you have to like basically crawl through a small area with an octopus, right? That's
Sure.
like the one hint.
Yeah. But even that opening hint from that crystal, like find like the key glyph. It's like, can I get a direction? Maybe
Yep.
something?
Yep. It
Like there's a
looks
lot of
exactly
Dead
like
Sea in
me.
here. Yeah, it's just like what the hell? Ugh. Yeah. I really wanted to try and give it more of a shot, but I was immediately reminded as to why I failed to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only Echo game that I've put like maybe a good amount of time into is the one for Dreamcast,
Mm.
and even then I fell off in the opening 3 hours probably. So,
Yeah.
which is kind
I,
of amazing that they actually tried it on the Dreamcast.
yeah. I think there was a PlayStation 2 one too. It never came out here, I
Was
don't
there?
think. Yeah.
2D
Um,
or 3D?
I think it's 3D. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Um, and there's talk that they're making another one because Sega's doing that with all their old stuff now. So
Try and milk what they can out of franchises that people remember while the
mm.
retro bug is hot.
I could see Echo being, one of those, Hollow Knight type
Sure.
games now.
If you'll design it in a way that has that restraint, yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna do what they do here, hard pass.
Yeah.
I don't know. This made me just wish that I could buy non-dolphin free tuna. That's kind of how I felt like this the end. Take a chunk or two, it's fine.
Yep.
Uh
And what we know about dolphins has sure changed since this game was released.
it's true.
They've been canceled since since this game's happened.
Turns out they're real assholes. What do you think you'd give it on the Byron Burn scale then?
As much as we talk about how hard it is and kind of how miserable the controls and all that is, I still think I have to give it a rent because just playing that opening thing is not something you can play anywhere else. Like it is
Right.
completely unique
It's
in what it
fluid.
is.
Yeah.
Even if you're jumping around, even if you want to spend a couple minutes and jump around in that first pool, I think that's worth seeing on a Sega.
Yeah.
But
I'll give you that. I am not going to give it that credit. I'm going to harpoon him, haul him to the beach, light up the bonfire, and torch this bitch. I hate Echo. I still hate Echo. It did not do anything to move. I It's gorgeous. It's fluid. It's a living world. It is not a game. It's a showpiece with bad game design.
yeah,
So
no, it
sorry.
could have been a lot better, but I
Yeah, it
think
has the makings of something great.
yeah,
It's
I think
just
it
like
was one of those cases where they just made it more difficult on purpose, and it kind of destroyed
right.
a lot of the
Yeah, it
fun.
feels like they focused on like the wow factor and then pieced a game over it where they should have just like been piecing together like a solid foundational game, and they didn't. But yeah, gorgeous. I'll give you that.
Yep. You just watch Yoshi. The next Yoshi game is going to be hardcore difficult like this.
Can we get somebody to like palette swap Echo for just like a Yoshi? He just like floats around kicking his little feet. He can eat the jellyfish. Might be better.
Ooh, that would be
You could
good.
eat him, poop him out into an egg, and then throw it at the other jellyfish.
Yeah. Then I can just swallow the rock, bring it with me, and throw it at the rock wall. That would be
See, we've just
amazing.
fixed Echo. We've fixed the game.
Yeah.
30 seconds, people. Yeah. Well, kind of a short one, but I guess that gets us to the end of yet another episode.
Yeah. You can tell us what you think about Echo the Dolphin or dolphins in general. At weekendrentalpodcast@gmail.com. And we do a movie podcast over on the Geekade Patreon, along with all the other cool podcasts on there you get with their Patreon subscription. So definitely check that out. But that's going to do it for this week. So be kind, rewind.
Bananas. Dolphin flavored bananas.